What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Healing Corner. I hope y'all are doing well out there. So, this is gonna be where basically, y'all, we're gonna talk about all things, all things. I'm gonna get Coach Yamz on here in a few moments, and we're gonna go ahead and get started talking about. I really believe that this is gonna be like one of those platforms where y'all can, request if you want to jump on and kind of put your 2 cents in, or what it is that you have experienced, what you have gone through, life lessons, just different things, y'all. So we're here to help each other. So everyone just kind of feel welcome to invite others, share this video so that others will be able to see that, there are people out here that might be experiencing similar situations as though what they're going through right now. So, yeah, we're going to get Yams in here real quick. Okay. I hope y'all can see me. I know I haven't been doing any like card readings in it seemed like a while, but I've been needing to take a hiatus, y'all, because sometimes the energies be so heavy, and when you already trying to use your energy for other things, because right now, y'all, I'm very busy. I'm building a lot of things, so sometimes giving y'all the leftover energy isn't enough. So I'd rather take a break and then come back and then perform at a better level. So I will be jumping on there on YouTube and putting some more videos out for y'all, and also some more shorts coming, because I know it seems like everybody like the shorts. So, I don't know what's up. Why this is not. Here we go. Let's try again. Okay. I can see you in the building, Coach Yams. Is not sending you your request. What is going on? Let's try again.
Hey.
Okay. What's going on? You in the building? I guess I gotta adjust this. There we go. All right.
Look at you looking all cute. I see you.
Girl, I tried a little thing or two, you know what I'm saying? But I love your hair color.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I've never dyed my hair ever in my life. Like I'm simple, plain, but I also am like centric too, but it's more like the aesthetic part of it, you know?
Yeah.
So man, I love that color. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
I've done color before.
Uh,
Let's see. Share this live with others so they can watch too. I don't think that'll distract me. I'm not going to do that. It's my first time on Instagram live. Don't mind me.
okay.
But yes, I've had my hair dyed before. I dyed it in high school and then early part of college. And the second time I dyed it, part of it fell out, and I was like, I'm not
Mm,
gonna do this anymore.
okay.
And so I haven't had color since college. And it's
Mm,
been over a decade. And I was like, you know what? It's time for something funky and fun.
uh-huh. I love it. I
So here
love
we
it. I was
are.
talking to my daughter. I said, "What if I color like I know they got that charcoal coloring where it's
Mm-hmm.
actually
Yeah,
dedicate to the color?" And I was
absolutely.
like, "Put it on the ends and just give it
Mm-hmm.
a pop."
Give
Because
it a go. Why not?
okay, well, I haven't introduced you, but for people who haven't heard or people that don't know, this is Coach Yam. She's a life coach. She's amazing, y'all. We gonna have this platform open for those that, like I said before, we're just gonna talk about, you know, what things are going on in life and life lessons and what we've experienced. You know, the best way to even help others is to express what it is that you've been.
Yeah,
All right. So let's go ahead and get started. What
let's
do you
do
want to
it.
start off with first?
So I wanted to talk today about reflecting on 2022 because people like to wait until January 1st. We don't have to do that. We can start planning right now. It's not too late to go ahead and begin putting your best foot forward with at least planning out what it is that you want your 2023 to look like. Reflect on the things that you've learned throughout this year and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to put in kind of like life experience, what's going on with me. Currently, my daughter's been telling me what school she wants to go to. So I told her, I said, you need to create a dream vision board, just put those things down so that, in the next few years, this is what I want to accomplish. And I was thinking with myself, me and her both, we got some journals. We
Mm-hmm.
just went and ordered and bought some journals so that we can write down our ideas and write down the things that we want to accomplish for not only just next year, but the years to come. You guys have
Absolutely.
about that. If you want to manifest something in 5 years, you have to write that down or at least put it in, in something that will, it's almost like putting a stamp of approval on it when
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we don't really see it like that, but it's
Yeah.
very, we got
Yeah.
technology and you can type in notes and do all that other stuff, but there's nothing like a good old pen and paper.
Yes. Yes. Just getting it out of you. It
Yeah.
like makes it real because you put it into form,
Yes.
at least on paper. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
okay. And
Well, I guess for this whole bit of things, I guess we'll start with lessons learned.
okay.
So, reflect on any challenges that you may have experienced throughout the year. Um, any frustrations you may have noticed that kept popping up in your life. Maybe there's a pattern that you're needing to recognize. Just learning from what you've experienced already can help inform how you move going forward.
Yes. Yes. I would say that. I would say that. And sometimes, they tell you not to look at the things that you've already written down, like
Mhm.
especially if you're trying to manifest it, don't constantly look at it. But that's what dream and vision boards are for.
Yeah.
So that it's almost like, what some people use, they look in the mirror, they say affirmations to themselves, or they
Mhm.
write it down in the mirror so that they can say it every morning. It's kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
And it also builds confidence within yourself because it's like you're speaking those things. So even if you weren't confident in the beginning, after doing it 12, 13 times, if you constantly keep on doing it, you're going to be like, look, this is what's about to happen.
Yeah. And on top of that is that only 2 to 5% of your brain functioning that's happening is conscious. Majority of what's going on, even as you're navigating through life on autopilot, because most of us are, 90 more than 95% of your brain is subconscious programming, things that you've learned in childhood, things that you've held on to bad experiences about specifically. And so that shit's in the driver's seat. And if you're not reminding yourself constantly, if you're not constantly conditioning your subconscious to release those things that are not true or not yours to hold on to, it's going to keep being what rules your life.
Hmm? Yep. And it's kind of like after you get to a certain point, you realize, like, I have to take control of this. What's gonna be my story. You can't let somebody let the narrative of the thing,
Yeah.
you can't just let it be whatever you've heard. It has to be what is coming from you
Yeah.
genuinely.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what helps everyone else to realize I can be myself as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
and if you think about it, the uniqueness of everything that we go through is really what makes it beautiful in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Trials, the tribulations, the traumas, all those different things at the end that just makes it even better. Because it's like reading a book that no one else has written or no
Yeah.
one experienced.
Yeah. And and then when you do those things, you're able to share with other people, which is one of the things I love doing. I love taking in knowledge and being like, this could help my friend over here working on such and such.
Yeah.
So it very much is a gift that keeps on giving when you work on yourself and reflect on what's been going on so that you can stop doing it over and over. Because if you don't like it, how you gonna stop if you don't realize it's a recurring pattern, a
Yeah.
recurring theme?
Yes, yes, yes. And a lot of things are for everybody is different. That's how so amazing it
Mhm.
is. 'Cause we're just all like in a way similar but different, all in the
Yeah,
same. So it's like real interesting. I was thinking
yeah,
about puzzles too,
hmm,
like pieces of puzzles. You have to have that puzzle and that piece that's that shape so that
yeah.
it's in there. If not, then it's gonna be a mismatch. The whole
Gonna
thing.
distort the whole picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any lessons that you've learned that you want to leave behind in 2022?
Hmm. Let's see. I've experienced a lot of because I'm still going through a grieving process
Hmm.
because coming up in January is gonna be the anniversary of my dad's passing.
Hmm.
So I've been going through a lot of grieving and I've
Hmm.
been experiencing a lot of things when it comes to emotions and
Hmm.
also at the same time heightening my experience in life and going to the next level in life.
Yeah.
So it's like a dynamic of experiencing, you know, having this emptiness in a way, but then at the same time having a fulfillment in other areas.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. And also, I realize how life cycles, people
Hmm.
start to change positions, like positions start to switch.
Yeah.
I experienced that because I took care of my father before he passed away.
Yeah.
I took care of him, and I seen the switch of the roles where it was, you know, instead of me needing him, he needed me.
Yeah.
So, you know, all this happened within a short period of time. So I didn't
Hmm.
experience for a long period of time, but it also, I know that it affects my life going forward.
Absolutely.
So,
Is there
yeah.
any part of that that you are definitely wanting to carry forward?
Yeah. I feel like it kind of pushes me to motivate me to keep going because I feel like even when he was getting sick, he felt like I was okay to take care of myself, you
Hmm.
know, and it because even when I was growing up, he was very protective over me. He
Hmm.
always showed up when it was really necessary, you know. And so I felt like it was a protection,
Yeah.
like while he was here. And then so that also was a part of what I've learned in this life cycle, this last year, basically.
Hmm.
You know, people's positions can shift in your life, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's, you know, something that you should take as a bad thing. Because I feel
Hmm.
like now, because my dad was physically, he couldn't do much, so
Yeah.
now he's able to be free and he's
Yeah.
able to, you know, help me out in other ways when it comes to the spiritual aspect of life, you
Hmm.
know, also helping me because I'm getting to the next level when it comes to spirituality
Yeah.
too. So it's just been really interesting. I'm
Hmm.
very grateful and thankful for, like I said, all the different things that I've experienced this last 2022. I'll
Hmm.
never forget. Never.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah, go
hey,
you.
everybody in
Keep
the
it.
chat. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat.
Yes,
We
yes.
see y'all.
Cosines and tangents and Linda Brooklyn 22.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, the next piece of this would be things that we are keeping that we did learn in 2022 and things that we're needing to leave behind that, you know, it taught us something good in 2022, but thank you. We've learned that lesson. Let's wrap that up with a bow and leave it behind and not carry it with us into 2023.
Mm, okay. Mm,
Yeah. I can say for me, let's see, something that I'm gonna keep. Something
mhm,
that I'm gonna keep. This is my first year in business, and in the beginning, I was uncomfortable all the time, and I thought that it was a me thing. But being in community with other people who are on similar journeys taught me that this is the norm. And so I am learning to ebb and flow with however things come at me because I have to keep going forward. And so no matter how the ebb and flow goes, being consistent is what's most important overall that I've experienced. And so I'm taking consistency with me for sure into 2023.
love it.
Despite the crazy.
Yeah.
Consistency despite the crazy.
I love it. I love it. So what
Yeah.
are you leaving behind?
Who, I'm still working on this actively because it's something that's bigger than me. But dysfunction, allowing myself to get pulled into dysfunction. That's what I want to leave behind. It is something that has appeared in childhood in my house that I was brought up in the houses that I went to for visitation, and all of the upbringings outside of
Yeah.
like friend houses, those felt like safe spaces. Those felt like I can be a kid and relax type of spaces. But yeah, dysfunction from there is able to show up in work and in intimate relationships, or the attempt at such. um and it's not for me. It's like, I don't want to call it my kryptonite, but it's a thing that I'm still having to like say, oh, that's dysfunction, I need to push that over there, that's not for me. So yeah.
Okay, so the thing that I want to take with me and then the thing that I don't. Well, I would say what I want to take with me, I'm kind of in the same boat as you are. This is my first year, you know, being into entrepreneurship and being able to work for myself and
Hmm.
not depending on, someone else providing me the schedule, but making my own.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that because I was able to also have my father here because I was able to, you know, be in the position to even do that. So it's like life has showed me like take those leaps because 2 years ago, I don't want to say I was afraid to make a leap, but it was uncertain, but I knew that I had to make a move, you know? And so by me doing that, it allowed me to like grow. It's almost like expanding my wings. So I want to take that with me. That's what I want to take. I want to take that feeling of being the eagle, expanding my wings and
Mm.
seeing, you know?
Soaring
So
real high, I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Being able to see more than just the little piece of, what
Hmm.
has been happening. Or it's almost like sometimes we're too focused on the bad things and you're
Yes.
not paying attention. Like there's other things that make the bigger picture in it. And then you realize, wow, like there's something good to see. And it's almost like 2 years ago, I wasn't in this place. I
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about hope or like feeling like there is a future,
Hmm.
so to go from that extreme all the way to where I'm at right now just
Hmm.
feels amazing. It's like I
Yeah.
want that feeling of flying like an eagle.
Yeah. I love that.
What I would say about what I don't want to take, I guess I don't. I want to release resentment in a way. That's the best word I could come up with
Okay.
because sometimes you can allow things in your life to occur out of you being in a pain stricken area like depression or just suffering in silence.
Hmm.
You can allow a lot of things to happen in your life and then it can make you resentful towards not only yourself but also the situations you were a part of,
Yep.
and it can't kind of tamper with what your future kind of looks like in a way. But so it's like I'm like struggling with sorting out what is that that social life that I really truly want look like.
Hmm.
Do I really want to have a level? What type of level and how many? And it's like just going through different just stages in life. I kind of want to get away from having to feel like I gotta be so in-depthly in tune to my life when it comes to that and allow things to flow.
Yeah.
What I struggled with for these 2 years, even though I went with the flow with a lot of things, that was one of the things that I was like anal about, or like,
Hmm.
kind of you stay over there, I'll stay over here type energy. Just really boundaries heavy and not allowing too many people to come in.
Hmm.
So it's like putting the wall down and allowing yourself to be vulnerable again. So
Yes.
one of those days I know it's gonna happen but I'm going through a grieving state, and so that was why I brought that part up. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like when you are grieving, you're naturally putting up a boundary just because you're vulnerable at that time,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm working on it because
Yeah.
I recognize it now, and so it's like I can work on it as due time. I'll eventually get past that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And I am a big supporter of journaling. So journaling even what you want your social life to look like, journaling what you want whatever to look like. You can write that out. And even if it feels crazy or like it's you know, a big ask. Nothing's too big. And it doesn't have to be like what you're announcing from the rooftops that you're looking for. It can just be a personal goal that you're reaching towards. And yeah, write it down, write it out.
It's something becoming what they call becoming an adult.
Yeah, yeah. And something else that so I watched I watched the I guess you would, I don't know if it would be a documentary. It was like a conversation between Oprah and Quinta Brunson, the girl who did Abbott Elementary. And during that interview, Oprah said, and I can't quite remember the exact quote. I posted it on all the social media. So if you go back and look, it was like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But essentially, it was everything that you're going through is a lesson. It's par for the course. And if you're paying attention, nothing is a waste.
Yeah.
And so just, you know, surrendering into everything unfolds the way it's supposed to for what your next is going to be.
Yeah.
That's something that I have to remind myself of, because sometimes it can feel like a lot. Like you said, when you're zoomed in, it can feel heavy, but you have to be able to reach within yourself or call on a power beyond you and say, help me zoom out to see the bigger picture so that I can make it through what this up close craziness feels like. Because there's something on the other side. And it's
Yeah.
usually something really good when the challenge is bigger.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else can we talk about? Because I feel like,
One more thing. One more thing. I
uh,
got you. I got you. So we've talked about 2022 and what we're leaving and what we're keeping and the lessons we've learned. You got to start thinking about right now, today, what is it that you want to accomplish in 2023? And it's got to be something that kind of scares the shit out of you.
oh my gosh. Wow. That's really interesting that you're saying next year. And I'm thinking of something that's I feel is going to scare the shit out of me in 3 years from now.
Okay. Well, let's go on and start thinking about it. Talk about it. What is it?
I
If you
mean,
mind, if you don't mind sharing.
I really feel like next year, these next 3 years, I'm going to go through a whirlwind just because I feel like life got to prepare me for that next level I can feel coming in the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to try to focus on 2023 though. I would kind of just
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it's gonna, you know, you got
yeah,
years to happen before we get to that 3 year mark. So, what's
I,
one thing that you know needs to be a goal to help
uh,
get you to where you're trying to be in 3 years?
okay. Well, I do outside of what I already do, I have something else that I want to create and
Mm-hmm.
bring in a flow, so it's like it's a whole nother thing that I want to create.
Okay.
I've been sitting on it for years. When I say years, I've been coming up with it for about at least 10 years.
Okay.
I want to make that happen. So I'm saying maybe next year I might be able to dibble and dabble into it and introduce it.
Okay.
Like
So, are we committing to
I want,
bringing this thing that has been in the shadows to light?
and the reason why it's scary is because it's like I'm putting myself out deeper into like allowing myself to be put into other positions by opening that door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that vulnerability again, that wall that
Yeah.
I know I got to put myself out even more. That
Yeah.
type of stuff that is going to be the challenge, the
Yeah.
scary.
Well, and boundaries are good.
Mm-hmm.
And also sometimes boundary can be too loose
Yeah.
and boundaries can be too rigid. And
Yes.
so it sounds like you're finding your balance with the rigidity side of boundaries. And that's okay because most of us did not come from families who brought us up teaching us how boundaries worked, how to implement them, how to maintain them. None of that.
They
So
have
it's,
that. They
yeah,
didn't.
it's an on the job learning
Mm-hmm.
situation going on here.
Yeah, yes. You're bound when you're a child and you come from parents that never knew about boundaries themselves. They've broken your boundaries so many times. By the
Yeah.
time you're an adult, you don't. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. That's
And
normal. Well, that's
yeah,
what we do. Yeah,
so it's like a shock. It's like a shock. You coming out
absolutely.
from a coma. It's like, that type of feeling. I never been in a coma, but I could imagine just
Yeah.
being like, out.
Away for some time and then coming
Yeah.
back and being like, oh, what's happened since I've been
What
gone?
has occurred? The planet is we're doing all types of stuff. We're
Yeah,
affecting the planet, and it's just so many things and so
yeah,
many factors.
yeah.
So, and then you got hormones inside of your body that's either balanced or imbalanced, and
Plus whatever the food is doing and the air is doing and the water, and whole nother story for a whole nother day.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
Um,
I know you said, okay, something that I'm scared to do. I told you that part. What was the other part? It was
that's
something.
it, just a big scary goal. Just
Okay.
something that scares you, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
For me, it is going to be getting on somebody's stage and speaking.
Okay.
By the end of 2023, I will be a paid speaker.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. And I did have the goal to get on a stage before the year is out. There is still time, but also the current life challenges that I've been experiencing have demanded of my energy in a way in which I don't know if I'd be able to give my first speech what it deserves, like the effort level that I want to put forth to like show up for real and not just kind of half-ass do a thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if nothing else, I'm gonna have me a speech written before the year is out. In
Yeah.
2023, we're gonna be out here. Find your girl
Hey.
Coach Yamz on somebody's stage. I'll be sharing.
Hey. Make sure that y'all following us on both of
Yeah.
our social medias, all of our social medias.
Yes.
So that you can get all of the extra content and all of
Mhm.
good old.
Yeah.
For sure. Man, okay, so I was gonna do an oracle. We're
Okay.
gonna
I'm here for it.
because I haven't messed with the cards in like a while. I nibble and dibble and dabble a little.
Dibble and dabble. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes the energies be so heavy. It's like I'd much rather just not even.
Yeah.
So, but let's go ahead and get an oracle. We're gonna do the animal spirit.
Okay.
Let's see. What oracle card do we need to be aware of? What do we need to know? Okay. So we got Kyle. Give with unconditional love and grace. Wow. That's a good card to have, y'all. The cows were considered real sacred in ancient times. Okay, let's see. And then we had dolphin. I'm gonna put this one right here. But we got dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. Wow.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I love dolphins. That's like my favorite fish.
In my mind, I love dolphins. When I tried swimming with them and I jumped in the water, they were way bigger than I realized. And it scared the hell out of me.
Really?
But yes, they're huge. And that wasn't even a male dolphin. I was like, I am out here with a dolphin in real life.
Where did you do that at?
I feel like I was in South Carolina. They let you, they take you out. You can wild swim with dolphins, which if I did it again, it would have to be in a controlled environment like the aquarium or something.
Oh, that sounds so fun. I never swam with them. I've seen them,
It can be a goal in 2023.
Yeah. One of these days, I got so many crazy bucket list things but I got to get to that point. And then when I do get to that point, it's going to be so fun.
The world is waiting on your exploration.
There we go. So the cow, it says cows originate from Leucomai, the ascended aspect of Siri. As fifth dimensional beings, they spread the unconditional love and divine feminine light of the golden ray of Christ. Interesting. So it's like a feminine aspect.
Yeah.
It says, while cows are warm, benevolent, and nurturing, their partners, the bulls, are strong and protective. Interesting. We was just talking about protection. It says together they offer a perfect balance of grounded feminine and masculine energy. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
Wow. It says cows with their motherly, giving characters have for graciously offered us their milk, which has originated in the golden era of Atlantis. And it says, perfectly collaborated to nurture us. Since then, many humans have eaten beef and taken milk without permission or appreciation. You see, like they sacrifice themselves for
Yeah.
us to, nurture on them. Well, some of us.
Yeah.
And they're not being appreciated. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, although we have not always looked after them with respect, cows continue to serve us in the expectation that we will treat them with love and gratitude as we raise our frequency in the approach to the new golden age. And it's funny because a lot of times people think the old age is bad, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like some of the things they did in ancient times were actually something valuable that we left behind and we need to get back,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And one thing, like I said, that people used to really, in certain parts of the world, they thought that the cow was considered sacred,
I
and
know it. I was gonna say in India, I know they still respect the cow.
but I think it was more wider known
Yeah.
than it is now, because now
Yeah.
people just see them as meat. They
Mm-hmm.
don't see them as sacred beings.
Yeah.
And before I even got out here today, I was sitting on my porch and I was thinking about the animals and how the animals, they're just like us. The only difference is they jumped into an animal body.
Yeah. Yeah. We could have been that cow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Table today.
And when you think about that, it brings it into a different perspective,
Yeah.
And if you don't think that, then who knows? You might come back as one just to find out,
Mm-hmm. Might come back as an ant. Mm.
And then it says, when you receive this card, you are asked to tune in to the comfortable, motherly, nurturing, and stable aspect of your nature and balance it with strong protective energy that is part of you. Wow. Your guidance is to center yourself and become into balance. Make sure you are grounded at all times. Examine your life and see how you can develop your feminine, caring, giving, and benevolent characteristics in a sensible, stable, and earthy way. Then stand in your power and demonstrate that you can be true to yourself. Recognize that you are truly lovable no matter how others treat you. Know that you are a unique and special being and and have compassion for those who have less understanding than you do. Yeah, the cow. That's beautiful.
That's 2023. And closing it out. Closing it out and coming into it.
Yes. I'm so excited. Oh, it's 1:01 on the clock, so that was perfect timing, y'all. All right. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to share on y'all other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're sharing the video. Follow both of our pages here on Instagram, as well as YouTube. We both have YouTube channels, so make sure y'all are subscribing to our YouTube channels. All right, so we'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Deuces.